I am not a king, I am not a god, I am Humpty!
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Today's video is about the twin Kuva Stubbas to take down level 9999 steel path enemies in Warframe, or known as level cap. But first thing first, seeing is believing, so let me show you how powerful this weapon is. And welcome back, Tanoa! Don't forget to hit the like button to support the video in the algorithm, much appreciated. Subscribe and turn the bell on, as 90% of you watching and not subscribed. As always, before I build my weapons or my warframes, I rely on my method called DVS. D stands for how I'll be dealing damage, what elements I'll be using, and what's the faction I'll be fighting. V stands for how I proc 10 stacks of viral to make enemies vulnerable by 325% more damage to their HP. S stands for stripping enemies armor. We don't care about enemies armor, we care about what comes with armor, which is damage reduction, known as DR. Lowering that, we deal higher damage. And as always, I don't use any rivens in my builds, as I can't expect you to have the same riven or spend your platinum for one. Also, I use Revenant, so I don't boost the weapon in any way. No Eclipse, no Zeta Whisper, no Vex Fury, no Sarin, no nothing. So you can copy this build with a normal Warframe or a damage boosting Warframe. Let's go. And as always, if you don't like my methods on how I'll proc fire and armor strip enemies, hit the like button. I mean, shake this shit right here. It can help you maneuver around my methods to find your own style. As in Warframe, you can do things in many different ways, but the results are the same. My Kuva Stubbas will be modded with corrosive, so I'll be running 2 Emerald Archon shards to push the stacks of corrosive from 10 for 80% armor strip to 14 for 104% armor strip. 100%. Now, you can run 1 Emerald Archon shards to make the stacks of corrosive 98%. I don't like it, as I want the enemy's HP to turn into red with 100% armor strip. The other Archon shards doesn't really matter. I'll be running Nourish to proc viral, since my weapon is modded for corrosive. And for Revenant, you can apply this in any Warframe you want. Worthy Camaraderie for 75% weak point critical chance increase. And the Arcane Velocity for fire rate, Arcane Precision for damage. Vigorous Swap is optional, and I didn't use it in the speed run because maybe in your Warframe you can't fit the Vigorous Swap. Arcane Velocity is the one you want to replace if you want to use Arcane Energize or anything of that sort. Now, when it comes to the Kuva Stubbas, our progenitors will be Toxin. I have it 54% and I was lucky. And let's go. Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot on kill, more multi-shot. Lethal Turret for fire rate and multi-shot. Mercilized Gunfight is the 1999 mod for critical damage and punch through. Prime Target Cracker for critical damage. The Magnetic Might for magnetic and critical damage. You'd say, why magnetic? You're not fighting, like, for example, Corpus all the time. Yes, sir. But the Magnetic true increases the damage to shields, like viral increase to health. But there is something the game doesn't tell you. That Magnetic increase the damage against Overguard. So those Eximos and Thrax enemies with Overguard, Magnetic is the way. Primed Expel Orkin for increased damage against the Orkin faction, which is the Corrupted. And this is a multiplicative final damage. It applies after your total. That's what makes it really powerful. And it depends on the faction you're fighting. You replace it Corpus, Grineer, Infested, and so on. If you don't like to use the faction mods, throw Ornate Strike and you'll be good to go. And again, for the video number 5, and I hope that you hear me one day, that I wish there is a way where we can exchange all our faction mods to one universal. We give our faction mods to one universal that fits all the factions. Now, Primed Convulsion for electricity, Galvanized Shot for statue chance on kill, 40% direct damage per statue tap affecting the target for 14 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Prime Pistol Ammo Mutation for ammo. And Secondary Innervate to increase critical chance by 10%. And it goes all the way until you deal 6 big critical hits. What's big critical hits? Orange or red, not yellow. Orange or red. So this arcane will make sure that your Kuva Twin Stubbas will reach Orange crits tier 2 and red crits tier 3 if it pushes towards that. Now, why it's so good? Because the critical chance increase is absolute. In the meaning of the critical chance Innervate will give you, it will be solid, absolute to what you have. For example, if Innervate gives me 1 million critical chance and I have 23, it will be 1,023,000. It's not a percentage of what you have. It goes directly as an absolute to your critical chance. Now, a lot of Thanos will be asking, Hank, these mods, I am a new player, I don't have them. So let me help you out. Every mod you see right here, and I keep saying this in my videos, there is a normal version equal to it. Galvanized diffusion, it got the normal diffusion, you got the barrel diffusion, or you got amalgam. Depends on which one you have, just equip it. Now, lethal turret, and so on and so on, easy. Primal target cracker, you got the target cracker, you can use this one right about there. The magnetic might, easy. Primate expel Hurricane, there is the other expels. There is the expel of Murmur, expel of Grenier, expel of Hurricane, expel of Corpus, normal ones. And there is the primate one if you have. If not, use Ornate Strike, you'll be good to go. The weapon will still able to kill level cap even with Ornate Strike, no worry. Primate Convulsion for electricity, if you don't have that, you can use the normal Convulsion or you can use Jolt instead, depends on what you have. Galvanized shot, you got the normal shot as well, which is right here, sure shot if you want it. Alright? And for the primate pistol ammo mutation, there is the normal pistol ammo mutation, or you can use trick mag or steady hands or lethal momentum, up to you which one you prefer. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay, now when it comes to Riven, if you Riven have a CC, CD, multi-shot, negative zoom, mercilized gunfight is what you want to replace. If your Riven had CC, CD, let's say CC, CD, damage to faction, you can replace the Hurricane. And again, CC, CD, multi-shot, you can replace lethal turret if you want to, but the fire rate is really good, so I go for multi-shot, but up to you which one you want to go for. If your Riven has a electricity, you replace Primed Convulsion. Let me know in the comments below what's your Riven, so I try to do my best to help you. Let's go. To our companion, I'll be using Nautilus, Cordon to pull enemies, Duplex for the clones, Assault to attack, Vacuum for the loot, Manifold for more Cordon, and then you got Shield, Armor, Health, Reinforced Bond for fire rate, Tenacious Bond for critical damage increase by 120%, 1.2x, if you're doing the calculations, and it has a condition, that your Sentinel weapon need a 50% plus critical chance for Tenacious Bond to work. Now, Verglass Prime is the best Sentinel weapon in the game, but it requires a Riven with critical chance. Any Riven with critical chance will work perfectly fine with Verglass. Don't copy my Riven, it's alright. Okay, now, if you can't afford a Riven for Verglass, or you don't want to build the Verglass without a Riven, you can use the Prime Laser Rifle, Burst Laser Prime, or the Volclock. You'll be very good pretty much until you get a Riven for the Verglass, or you can use the Verglass. Even without a Riven, you're sacrificing Tenacious Bond, but Verglass still as powerful. And here we are against level 225 heavy corrupted gunners, activating Nourish, and check this out. Mamma mia. We are not joking around at all, baby. The fire rate on this weapon is insane, and the ammo is really amazing. Look at that. Just one thing I will say here. If you're planning on using this weapon on low level content, let's say you're going from level 1 to 1000, you can use steady hand to reduce the recoil, okay? Because it's very nasty, alright? It's very nasty. But for level cap, you will need a ammo converter. As I figured lately, I don't know what happened, but I feel the level cap, they are dropping less ammo. In a way, maybe it's a bug, maybe something I didn't catch up, but they're dropping less ammo. And of course they have higher AHP, they take more bullets to take down. So yeah, there you go. Alright, that's that. Now of course you can build this weapon around Blast, and you bring for example Tempest Barrage to armor strip those enemies and proc viral on them, and you'll be good to go. That's Twin Stubbas, and it's a really powerful weapon. And by this we reach the end. I will give the Twin Stubbas 8 out of 10. It's a really powerful weapon, more than you think, and especially with the secondary innervate, it just thrives. I want to say thank you so much for every channel supported me in any way by liking my videos, subscribing to my channel, following me on Twitch, or following me on TikTok or joining my Discord link in the description. Big love to you all and thank you so much for all your support. Special thanks to the Hall of Members, the special VIPs, the undisputed donators, and the Hall of Donators, and all my community. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.